Hello all, Steve from Norfolk Bushcraft here. Hope everyone's fit and well. I've just got back from the Raymere's Weekender, laid on by the fabulous people at the Bushcraft show, and it was a great weekend. A little wet, which is what I'm here to talk to you about today. It was a wet weekend without raining. Can you imagine that? What we had was the worst fog and mist I've seen definitely this year, maybe in 2 years. It's extremely thick and extremely cold. The fog was bitterly cold. More cold than the weather would suggest, to be honest, which put a fair few bits of my kit to the test. One of which I want to talk to you about today. Now, as you know, I love discovering budget kit, budget items that work. All right. And I had a pair of boots. I've had a pair of boots a year now that I've been reviewing. I took them away this weekend, and that's what this update's going to be about, I'm afraid. So let me introduce you to the Nortiv 8 soft shell boot, hiking boot from Amazon. I was told it was a fantastic budget boot, and it has been so far. In fact, if I'd have done this video before the weekend, I would have probably said that this is the best budget boot on the market, but it failed this weekend completely. It's advertised as a waterproof boot. It's got all the other features that any other boot has. It's comfortable, it's soft shell, it's fairly light, very robust, but advertised as being waterproof. After a year of having it, for some reason, it completely flooded this weekend, completely. And we're not talking torrential rains, we're talking wet grass, basically. I mean, everything was wet, everything was damp, everything was wet. If you spend an hour or two walking through wet grass, you know, you're just walking through rain anyway. That's how it feels to your feet, okay? And that's how the boot reacts to the water, you know, the same as it would to rain. However, this completely failed. Whatever waterproof coating on it had, it's probably gone. If it had any to start with, my feet were wet all weekend and thus cold. And I spent a long time drying socks and drying my feet. There's only one cure for wet socks.
Yes, absolutely.
Drying them off by the fire. So had it remained like that for a week or two, I'd probably be looking at bad feet, to be honest. I don't use the words trench foot often, but after 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, you'd have probably had trench foot, if not sooner. Yeah, so unfortunately, Nortiv 8, soft shell boots, 45 quid from Amazon. No go, people. I can't recommend them. And that was going from a seriously glowing review to a weekend of usage where they just completely failed. Just completely failed. Nothing redeemable about them at all. And they were hard to dry as well. So obviously I used my usual tricks, heat them by the fire, kept them in sunny places, and of a night time, and when I could, hot water bottles went inside to help warm them up and evaporate any moisture. Still very hard. So, Nortiv 8 soft shell, nah, I'm going back to me Hakes boots. See you guys soon, catch you later.